Bayside Jewel.
I tell you almost every night, and everything is true.
Yo, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to the Bayside Jewel. How you guys doing? Hope you're doing okay or good. I hope you're preparing for what's to come, because we just don't know, But I can tell you this, thanks to one of my viewers again. One of my viewers contacted me and told me that the U.S. was actually denied the ability to send planes, jets, fighter jets to Poland to be transferred to Ukraine. So that's kind of good, because that could really be a disaster. Putin already told United States to stay out of this. The bad thing is U.S. had promised Ukraine, massive amount of support, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're able to deliver. So I don't know if that's unfortunate or if that's fortunate. Well, I would go more with fortunate, because that could really lead into a disaster for the planet, Because if, just like one of my viewers said, if America was to have a war with Russia and China, and they lose, that gives them the power to rule the planet. So I'm sure to some degree we'd all be colonized to a certain extent, But even though, to tell the truth, we still are colonized, just in a kind of decent way. But then I had another viewer ask me, he asked me a couple of things. How would it affect, particularly where I am here in the Gambia? My answer was, from what I see, Gambia don't really get a lot of import from America. They get a little, but not a lot. And they get a lot of imports from the UK, and a lot of imports from China too, believe it or not, a lot. So, I think Gambia would be impacted by, tell you the truth, more so by China. For some reason, that's what I'm thinking. It would be more impacted by China, because China is already over here buying land and building over in Ghana. They're already here, and there's a good side and a bad side to that as well. One thing I could see is that China, if they were to come here to Gambia, they would probably put more of their manufacturing plants here in Gambia. And Gambia don't have very many manufacturing plants. As a matter of fact, us as a nation, we don't have very many manufacturing plants, That's why I was happy to hear when Ghana had stopped importing their chocolates, and they said they were going to put a chocolate manufacturing plant there in Ghana. So that was hot to me, I think that's what we all should have had already, our own manufacturing plants. And it's no fault of Africa. We've been systematically destabilized so that we don't, obtain those things. But yeah, and the way that the war is going on right now, the question is how bad is it going to affect Russia? Because Russia, right now at this point, actually have 5,000 sanctions. So it's not, and most of them are from the U.S. Yeah, so it's not just banning buying oil from Russia. Man, Russia is not allowed to have hardly anything coming from America. They closed down, 850 McDonald's. They don't have any more McDonald's. They closed down all the Pizza Huts. They don't have any more Pizza Huts. They are not able to use their Visas or their MasterCards because the United States banned them. And little things like that. More than maybe more than 5,000, but at least 5,000 sanctions on Russia. So, it's going to really impact their economy. And as a matter of fact, right now, I think they have a limit to what they could actually withdraw from the banks. So this tells me also, you guys might want to, make sure you got some cash stashed aside out of that bank in case, the banks over there decide that they, it gets to a point where they have to shut down. Make sure you got some cash also. But so this thing is crazy. But also, what I want to tell you is, that we can't, fully get caught up in their war. We've been at war for us melanated beings. We've been at war for hundreds of years now with these oppressors. So, while they're figuring out what they're going to do, I think now is the time for us to figure out what we're going to do. And not only as individuals, but as a nation of melanated people, planetary, globally. So, and that would entail for us to actually have our own platform as a nation of Africans, actually. And that would also include, appointing an ambassador to the different states, the different countries, and things like that. Because if we just sit back and just watch, and not have a plan for ourselves, what are we going to do? We're kind of like sitting ducks, and we've been sitting ducks for hundreds and hundreds of years. So I think, it's my example. Let me see. Okay, it's like a nation of Jews, right? Jews, the supposed to be Jews. They have their own nation and their own platform. They have their own ambassador to the United States. They have their own ambassador to Africa. This is the kind of platform that we got to form as a nation. All of this 54 presidents and all this kind of stuff, it's ridiculous. I don't care where you are in the world, if you're melanated, you need to be a part of this union. This is what I'm talking about. This is my idea. Because otherwise, you're just going to be assimilating. And if you're comfortable with assimilating, that's fine. But if you're ready to move on to a higher power and to be free as our own nation of people, then this is something for you to actually think about. Yeah, so, just wanted to come on here and put that point across, In this video, I'm going to show you some things that I was able to come up with, some articles, just Googling and getting information, So to put out here for you guys. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you are already doing research on this war, but I wanted to give you a little something more to think about. When this war is over, where do you stand? You know, it's not going to affect you if you're used to assimilating, and you know, and you know, it may get to a point. It may be to a point where we all have to assimilate. Hell, we've been doing that too all across the globe. We've been assimilating because, like I said, Africa ain't really free. There's all kinds of little stipulations in their contract for independence. All kinds of little things. This is why, you know, you see laws and movement coming from the West, coming from America, and they come all the way over here to Africa, you know, because they were at a panic. Another thing, hey, check this out. Let me ask you this. Did y'all forget about the C word? Did y'all forget about it? And the what happened to that shit? They were pumping that shit. Now they done moved to another agenda. You see, these people are smart. They're smart. Now, what happened to that? You know, they just controlling your mind. That's what they do. And, you know, I think it's part of, you know, controlling the narrative. You know, so they got your mind, they took your mind off of that, and now they got you thinking about this war. A war that is not your war, but you are at war. You've been at war. So, you know, this here is like a quest for freedom. You know, what you got time to think about what do you want to do. You know, and for a lot of people, I know for a fact there's quite a few people. They thought like me, fuck it, I'm just bailing out of this shit right here. You know, I'm going to Africa. They're like, I'm getting my ass up out of here. You know, well, you guys see my clip and how I came up with it. You know. If you haven't, go look at the journey. Go look at my journey video. That was when I was in America, coming to my senses, and I'm like, you know what? I'm getting the hell out of here. I can't deal with this shit no more. And a thing that really pushes you to the edge is that you don't have anybody that stands with you. Everybody is so used to assimilating, but when you see through this shit, man, it's like you're all alone. And they'll call you crazy. They will call you crazy. When I was there, man, I had all kinds of damn food stacked in my storage. I had everything. I had ammunition. I had protection. And people would think I done lost my goddamn mind. But, you know, I seen this shit coming. But there's some good things coming too. But I seen this shit. That's why I was so prepared there. And that's why it didn't take, when I got to a certain point, it didn't take much for me to say, you know what, I'm getting the hell out of here. Nobody thinks like me. Nobody see what I see. And everybody think I done lost my goddamn mind. I'm out of here. At least I can go and be around my own goddamn people. You know, they ain't fully conscious over here either. You know, they're not fully conscious, but at least I walk amongst them, my own people. You know, when I leave out of the house, I don't see. All I see is my people. Few Indians or Hindus, and let me see, a few of them. And a few, you know, modern day Arab that you know, assimilate to the man call themselves Arabs because we are actually the Arabs also. Yeah, we everything. I claim every goddamn thing. Whatever's on the planet, goddamn it, that's indigenous. That's us. Whether you in Iran, whether you in Syria, whether you in the Congos, the indigenous people look like us, the melanated people. Those are the indigenous people. But of course, if you don't have protection to protect your assets, they're likely going to be taken away from you. And that's where we failed. That's where we failed. We failed. Our ancestors, they were not prepared to deal with guns and bullets and rockets and all that kind of shit. They were still going around with spears and bows and shit, While and this is just a prime example. While they were masters of the bows and the arrows and spears and shit, these motherfuckers were working on bombs and guns and grenades. This is the same kind of situation that we're in now. While there's a war going on, we're just sitting and idling. We're not thinking about coming together as a nation. We don't have a platform. But, there is a sister, there is a queen that have been working on us coming together and trying to put platforms together for years. Queen Dr. Ericana Chihambre. That queen is on it. And may the ancestors protect her and guide her all the way. She's powerful. Yeah. So you guys check her out. But yeah, I'm going to put some of these articles up here so you can check them out. When Russia was notified that they were shutting down the McDonald's, the crazy thing about it is, man, they had a mile worth of cars trying to get their last Big Mac. And you can see that the traffic is really bad. I got a picture of that one. So I'm going to put that on here. Yeah, you guys. So, I emphasize a lot about, preparing yourselves and that. I didn't point out everything, but, you might even want to stock up on some little things like, Band-Aids, rubbing alcohol, first aid kits and shit like that too. Because I'm not fear-mongering, but it's just the right thing to do. So, I'm not going to tell you to do anything that I'm not going to do. Okay? So, alright you guys, till the next video. Bayside Jewel, we signing out of this camp. Assalamu alaikum. Peace. I'm headed to the shop, make my little run, and what I do is I support black, sponsor black, and buy black as much as possible. But y'all know how I feel about the word black, but it's a frequency that we relate to each other, right? So that's what I'm doing. Hopefully they are open because they usually close at about 2 o'clock for prayer time. So go to the mosque. yeah, y'all. Okay. I'm gonna check y'all out from the Bayside Jewel. Peace.